Close your eyes and let your thoughts drift away. Imagine a meadow filled with wildflowers. It was also about shadows, love, and the turning of the seasons. Tonight, as you fall into dreams, let us follow Persephone's journey, from the bright fields above to the quiet halls of the underworld, and discover how even in darkness, life always finds a way to return the goddess who lived between two worlds. By day, she was the radiant bringer of spring and growth, and by night, she ruled the shadowy realm of the dead. Her tale is a story of love, loss, and rebirth, and it explains why the seasons change every year. So let's get into it. The origins of Persephone. Persephone was the daughter of Demeter, the goddess of agriculture, and Zeus, the king of the gods. She grew up as a beautiful maiden, often called Kor, which means maiden or girl. She was innocent, pure, and deeply loved by her mother, who watched over her with fierce protection. But this very beauty would draw the attention of another god, one who ruled over a very different world, the abduction by Hades. One day, as Persephone was gathering flowers in a meadow, the ground suddenly split open. Out of the earth rose Hades, god of the underworld, in his golden chariot. Before Persephone could escape, Hades seized her and carried her down into the underworld to be his queen. This event is often called the rape of Persephone, though in Greek, rape meant abduction rather than physical violation. Still, it was a terrifying moment. Persephone vanished, and no one knew where she had gone. Demeter's despair. When Demeter discovered her daughter was missing, she was devastated. She searched the earth day and night, neglecting her duties as goddess of the harvest. Crops withered, the earth grew barren, and famine spread across humanity. Finally, Helios, the sun god, who sees everything from above, told Demeter the truth. Hades had taken Persephone with Zeus's permission. Furious at the betrayal, Demeter refused to let the earth bear fruit until her daughter was returned. The gods panicked. If humans died of hunger, there would be no one left to honor the gods. The pomegranate seed. Zeus sent Hermes to the underworld to negotiate Persephone's release. Hades agreed, but before Persephone left, he offered her a pomegranate. She ate a few seeds, not knowing that this act would bind her to the underworld forever. The rule was simple. Anyone who consumed food from the land of the dead could not fully return to the living. Because of those seeds, Persephone was destined to spend part of each year with Hades in the underworld, and part of the year with her mother in the world above, the birth of the seasons. This arrangement gave rise to one of the most beautiful explanations in Greek mythology, the changing of the seasons. When Persephone is with Demeter, the earth flourishes. Flowers bloom, crops grow, and life thrives. This is spring and summer. But when Persephone returns to Hades, Demeter mourns, and the world grows cold and barren. That's autumn and winter. In this way, Persephone's story isn't just about abduction and sorrow. It's about cycles, transformation, and the balance between life and death. Queen of the underworld. Although Persephone began as a victim, she grew into her role as queen of the underworld. Ancient Greeks believed she was both gentle and terrifying, guiding souls to their rest, but also enforcing the laws of death with absolute authority. She was no longer just Demeter's daughter. She became a powerful goddess in her own right, ruling beside Hades with dignity and strength. Symbolism of Persephone. Persephone represents duality. She's both the blooming flower and the withered seed, both maiden and queen, both life and death. That's why her myth has resonated for so long. It speaks to the cycles we all experience: joy and sorrow, beginnings and endings, loss and renewal. Her story was central to the Eleusinian mysteries, secret religious rites in ancient Greece that promised initiates a deeper understanding of life, death, and rebirth. To the Greeks, Persephone wasn't just a goddess. She was hope itself, proof that after every winter, spring always returns. So that's Persephone, goddess of spring, queen of the underworld, and the heart of one of mythology's most timeless stories. She reminds us that even in darkness there's the promise of light, and that every ending leads to a new beginning. What do you think? Was Persephone a victim of fate? Or did she become a powerful ruler in her own right? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into mythology, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more epic stories every week. Until next time, stay curious, stay hopeful, and remember, just like Persephone, we all carry the power of rebirth within us.